Thanks for joining me in the sanctuary tonight. We're going to do a head healing, and also I'm going to clean out your telepathic channels tonight. So that's what's in store. Before I start, I just wanted to tell you guys that I had kind of a bummer day today. I had a lot of things go wrong, and I was really getting down. And so what I did was I sat down and I ran my energy for an hour. And it didn't change the problems that I'm still going to have to face tomorrow, but it did change my attitude. So I wanted to just pass that on to you guys. You have great tools at your disposal. And so when things aren't going well, or there's a little blip in the road, sit down, ground, run your energy, and it made a big difference. So that's my 2 cents for you tonight. All right, so let me go ahead and set the energy for tonight's healing. Excuse me. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace, body, mind, and spirit. Amen. Okay. How these healings are done is I use like a composite of everybody in my soul support membership. So the healing is done on the members in the membership. And I look at a composite, and it allows me to clear what are called matching pictures, which is a way for me to clear a lot of pain out of multiple people at one time. So that's how the healings work. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, you can get like a secondary healing from watching it. But if you'd really like the full healing, then look into my membership on my homepage at karinfogerty.com. Okay, let's get on with the healing. The first part is I'm going to look at your head. And what I'm seeing is a lot of pressure on the eyes because there's so much energy in the head that it's like pushing on the back of the eyes. There are some reds and oranges and some browns coming out, like the colors. There's just a lot of energy in the head. And right now, because I'm just starting, it just is like colors, and I can't really tell what it is. Well, what I'm going to do is start moving beings out, because there are a lot of beings in your heads. And let's start with that. I would say there's a good percentage of the beings that float around in your head that you're completely unaware of, just unconscious to. Then there's a set of beings that you actively use for different things. Like sometimes we use beings, oh my gosh, we use them for all kinds of different things. So there's a combination of different beings, and some of them you would want to move out of your head. And I think some of you might want to keep some of the beings, but I'm going to go through and take a look. There's a lot of what I would call helper beings coming out, beings that you use for different things. Like I'll give you an example of a helper being, a baby being. These are beings that you've told in a past life that you would create a body for them in the future, and they'll hang around you wanting a body. Sometimes they hang around you even past childbearing years. And men get baby beings too. Well, you can work with these beings and get them to do things for you. So I had a baby being one time that I asked to go find me a formal dress for a red carpet event that I was going to. And the baby being took me to Nordstrom's, drove me to an empty parking space right at the front door in the parking lot, walked me up the escalator, took me to a rack and showed me a dress that fit me perfectly and was on sale, no less. So that was a baby being helping me. So that's an example of a being that might be a helper being. Good. I'm starting to see a little daylight in there now, so that's good. The heavy energy is moving enough where I can start to see some space in your head. Excuse me, I got to turn my air on. Okay, so the next thing that I see are people, like people that you know, hanging out in your head. And that's the next group that I'm going to work on. Like there's a lot of people that hang out in your head and there's a lot of chatter. And I'm going to get to that chatter in a little bit in the telepathic channels. But when I listen to the inside of your head, there's a lot of, everybody's got something to say. Some family energy is coming out of your head. And friends. Friends are funny because we like our friends, and so we tend to not look for them oftentimes in our space, but they're oftentimes there. So that's where I'm working right now, is helping you move friends out of your head. This is really cool. I can start to see space growing inside your head. That's going to feel good. Now I'm going to work on coworkers and bosses. Move them out of your head. Well, I'm finding something interesting. Now, I know I'm working on the head, but I'm also looking at the whole thing. And I'm finding that coworkers are courting you in the heart chakra on kind of a commiserating level. Some of you, not everybody, but I want to say this so that those of you that this rings true for, you want to be careful where you're communicating to your coworkers from. If you're stuck in a heart chakra picture about commiserating with them, about not being happy with the job, that's what I'm seeing. So I'm going to clear that too. You know, if you're unhappy with your job, you know what you got to do? You got to sit down and do the 3-column list. your needs, your wants, and your luxury items for what you would like in a job. And so it's really a way for you to create on paper the beginnings of a mock-up. So that's if you're unhappy with your job, write out a 3-column list. Okay, I'm almost done getting bosses out. Okay. Also want to get government energy out of your head. Some of that is white and it sits right in the center of your head. Okay. Let's see what else. I'm going to take a look now at your 6th chakra, because the inside of the head space is nice and open. So now I'm going to take a look at your 6th chakra, check the spin, both the front and back. So, since I'm looking at a lot of you in a composite, there's a whole range of what the 6th chakra looks like. Some it's like right here, some it's a little coned out. So I'm going to try to bring the 6th chakra to like its normal setting. There's a little bit of destroy energy in the 6th chakra that I'm going to get rid of and erase. Okay. I'm going to help you clean out the 6th chakra if there's any lit up energy in there. That's really interesting. Okay, I just found like cinnamon brown energy in the 6th chakra that had to do with impatience. And I'm thinking it might be impatience about your clairvoyance opening up, because that's a weird place to find impatience. But I think that's what it is. Some of you that might be wanting to open up your clairvoyance, let's say faster than it's happening. Yeah, and opening up your clairvoyance is so individual. It's just a process. And my suggestion is to immerse yourself as much as you can in your tools, the tools that I teach, and meditating. And using those tools will help you open up your awareness. That's how you start to expand your clairvoyance. Some of you have cords. They're lines of energy that are going into the back of your sixth chakra, and that is because some people want to know what you know, and they will cord you in your head to try to look at your information. And I'm going to gently remove those cords. Okay, that's looking really good. Great. And that chakra is vibrating at the color that it's supposed to be vibrating on. That's really nice. It's kind of a blue purple. Okay, so now I'm going to fill in the head and move on to the telepathic channels. Okay, so I'm going to start the telepathic channels, and I can tell you that they're very full. That's the best word I can use for it. It's very thick. It's like gray and white. So all I can see to start with is just a lot of full energy. So let me put a grounding cord on them. God, there's a lot of pain in your telepathic channels, a lot of moaning. That could be you, but it could also be other people. Being a healer, as you are, you may very well be absorbing other people's cries for help, because I'm hearing a lot of moaning in here. It's taking me a little bit of time because some of the energy in the telepathic channels has been there for a really long time. And so it's thick and it moves pretty slowly. So, by the way, I'll just show you where the channels are. Some of you might not know. You have telepathic channels that go here and then under your eyes, and then they also go down the side of your neck. And your telepathic channels are what, captures the energy, I guess, of telepathic communication. So I always have a great example of telepathic communication. If you close your eyes and listen quietly for the sound of your mother's voice, that's telepathic communication. That's come into your telepathic channels and it's sitting in there. So that's a way for you to hear for yourself how things sound in the channels. Right now, I'm kind of wading through some lumpy brown energy and sand-colored energy. For any of you that have sinus problems, this is probably going to help. Okay, now I'm going to start clearing specific things. The first thing that I want to clear out is judgment. So anybody that has telepathed a judgment about you to you, that's coming out right now. Okay, next I'm going to ground out competition. And here's a good one for the telepathic channels: conflict. Like if you had an argument with someone and they're away from you and they can be throwing energy at you and yelling at you in your telepathic channels. So don't forget, the energies that I'm looking at tonight go back quite a long ways. So it's not just maybe conflict that you've had recently. This is conflict that you may have had your whole or earlier in your life. This energy even looks rough. It's spiky. Next, some unconscious energy is coming out of your telepathic channels. And also what I call transmedium energy. Transmedium energy is like the residual energy that a being leaves in your space when it comes in and when it goes out. When it leaves, sometimes they'll leave some of their energy in your space, and that's what we call transmedium energy. And so I'm taking that also out of the telepathics. We're starting to get the telepathic channels opened up. I'm starting to see a little bit of gold come into them. It's interesting, there's a lot of hurt feelings in the telepathics, in the telepathic channels coming out. That would be like your own hurt feelings. Well, some of it might be other people's hurt feelings too. For those of you that take classes and go to schools, I see a lot of telepathic communication from teachers, professors, and that can go way back. There's still energy from like grade school and high school teachers in your telepathic channels. Okay, I'm going to go around to the back now and check them out from the back side. This is where the hiding energy is. So the people that are hiding in your telepathic channels, they can be found on the back side. You might be asking, why would somebody want to hang out and hide in your telepathic channels? And the best answer I can give you is perhaps they want to program you. Imagine if somebody's sitting right inside your head saying the same thing over and over and over to you 24/7. That becomes a program. So this is why we want to keep the telepathic channels clear and keep the headspace clear. Good. The best thing I see going on now is there's movement in the telepathic channel. So the energy has been like lifted and it's starting to all come out now. I'm going to start bringing some gold into your telepathic channels. And I'm going to bring some gold into your head. I'm going to bring your crown up to gold. And I'm going to set your aura to gold. All right, if you want to bring in a big gold sun, that's always a good plan after a healing. And I'll go ahead and close out the healing. May it be with the blessing of divinity that this healing tonight on telepathic channels and the head be complete. Amen. Okay. Let me take a look at you. Well, there's a lot of steam coming off of your heads. There's a lot coming out. And that's the good news, that it's all coming out. If you get a chance to run your energy tomorrow or even tonight, that would be really good. Yeah, make sure you eat well, get sleep, move around so that the energy keeps moving through your body and can be released. Okay. I have a couple of announcements. Let me take a real quick look at the calendar. Next week is my women's intuition class, and it's on childhood trauma. And we're going to be using the vibration of forgiveness in that class. So if you have experienced childhood trauma, come to class for a nice gentle healing on that. And when I say gentle, it's going to be very gentle because that's such a charged topic. So that will be a nice, safe place to come and work those pictures and release them and to heal yourself. Excuse me. And then after that, there's another neutrality healing in the sanctuary on the 23rd. And then I wanted to let you know that if you missed my first introductory meeting for Anatomy of a Spirit, I have another one coming up on Friday the 17th. And that's my new course where I'll be teaching a different chakra every month. And you're going to learn about the mechanics of the chakra, how to heal it, how to get it spinning properly. And also we'll be exploring the gland that's associated with that particular chakra. So the course is 9 months and we'll cover all 7 major chakras. And if you want to hear a little bit more about that, please come see me on the 17th. And I'm pretty excited about it and would love to have a chance to tell you about it. So if you would like to come, text me or email me and just let me know that you need a link for that on Friday the 17th. Okay. I think that's all the announcements I have for you tonight. Like I said, thank you for joining me. I've got my eyes on you. Have a great evening, and I will see you next week for Women's Intuition. Bye-bye.